Hey, good morning, everybody. So, I wanted to jump on this subject real quick because my wife and I were just, hanging out talking this morning prior to I got to go to work around 1. And the first day of the Supreme Court nomination for Amy Coney Barrett is live right now. Um, I was glad to turn it on and watch and see what these people had to say. The Senate has to vote on this, so each senator gets to have an opening statement. So I caught about 3 or 4 Democratic senators and about 2 Republican senators. Now I'm going to define the difference between the two real fast for you. Um, in regards to the Democratic senators' opening statements, they did not acknowledge Amy Coney Barrett. They did not acknowledge her credentials. They did not acknowledge anything about her. Most of their opening statements, in fact, all of the people's opening statements, all of the senators' opening statements, and most of the content of their opening statements were directed at President Trump, were directed at the fact that the Affordable Care Act, the ACA, could potentially be, dismantled and taken down with the nomination of Amy Coney Barrett. And also the pandemic and Trump's reaction, or as they put it, lack thereof reaction to the pandemic. They did not address anything when it comes to Amy Coney Barrett. As I said, anything about her credentials, anything about her, if this was all directed at Trump, his lack of action when it comes to the pandemic, and the fact that they are so worried about the repeal of the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, during a global pandemic. Now, I was so glad that I was able to catch Senator Ted Cruz. I really enjoy listening to Ted Cruz speak. I think he is a very smart man. I think that he has a very Americanized look at issues regarding the Senate, regarding the Supreme Court, and I want to cover a little bit about what he said. So, Ted Cruz never fails to call people out on their bullshit, and he basically said exactly what I just said, where this is not about whether you support the president or you do not support the president. I think that it's pretty obvious that Democrat senators do not support President Trump. I think we're all aware of that. There is no need to continue going on and on and on about that. You know what? I'm going to move into my car so that this wind is not affecting the speaker. So, I think that we're all aware that the Democrats do not support President Trump. And to make this hearing about the lack of support for President Trump being Democratic senators is fucking outrageous. And I'm so tired of seeing so many people in the Senate filibuster the way that things are supposed to go, rather than speak on behalf of their state for the nomination of Barrett. They turn it into this polarizing, political, driven topic of support for Trump and the Affordable Care Act being repealed. And I think that we're all pretty aware that, Like I said, that you don't support the president. Don't make this about that. Make this about whether you support Amy Coney Barrett as a Supreme Court justice or not. Do her credentials line up for her to be nominated and elected into the Supreme Court? Now, rather than do that, they go with the previous, what I just said. And this is why. You cannot argue the woman's credentials. She graduated top of her class in law school, while she has had 7 children, a mother of 7 children, and still has accomplished all of the things that she has accomplished. You cannot argue that she is incompetent when it comes to her being a Supreme Court nomination. It disgusts me to see how they handled this. Because, like I said, rather than discuss her eligibility, her credentials, all plastered along the wall behind these Democratic senators, are pictures of people with pre-existing conditions. Children, old people, giant fucking pictures. I mean, the size of my Trump flag right there, right? The size of my Trump flag, pictures of people that they're claiming are going to die if we elect Amy Coney Barrett into Supreme Court. The Democrats have been doing this for years. They play upon your emotions. They prey upon your emotions. Rather than looking at fact, rather than looking at the issue, and rather than actually addressing what is to be addressed, they play and prey upon people's emotions and scare them into following them. This is not something that we should continue to allow. These are people that we elect into these offices. And once you're in the Supreme Court, I mean, you're in. The only way out is you die. Or, I mean, I guess you could choose to leave, but we can't get you out. So, people, we really have to start electing in senators that we agree with, that actually, and even if you don't agree with them, right? I would rather have a senator that I do not agree with, but regards the Constitution as the very foundation that this country stands on, rather than how do I interpret the Constitution, how do I interpret this issue, that's not what they are to do. They are to work for you and I. And rather than do that, they play political games. Every time. Every time. They don't give a shit about these people with pre-existing conditions. They are using them as a platform to stand upon to preach their bullshit political views. That's it. Do you really think that they give a fuck about the people that they have pictured behind them? If those people did not have these pre-existing conditions, do you think they would even be made aware that they existed? They don't care. They've shown this multiple times that they don't give a fuck about people. So, going back to what Ted Cruz had to say. Ted Cruz basically called them out on this and said, this is not about whether you agree with Amy Coney Barrett being a religious woman. This is not about if you agree with her her political standings or her anything other than, does she uphold the Constitution the way that she should? Does she look at the Constitution and rather than interpret it in her own way, askewed with political views, does she interpret the Constitution as it was written? Yes, she does. And that's why they are so fucking scared that she will be put into the Supreme Court as a Supreme Court justice. That is what scares them, because then they lose the majority of the Supreme Court. It then falls into the Republican majority, and they lose power. So right now you're seeing the last gasp of air from the Democratic Supreme Court, because Amy Coney Barrett will be nominated in. She will be. She is an excellent, excellent nominee for the Supreme Court Justice open seat. Excellent. Trump could not have picked a better person to nominate. And like I said in my previous video, I thought he should have went with Senator Ted Cruz. But once I read the credentials that Barrett holds, I can't argue with his pick. And neither can these people, so they ignore it. They ignore her credentials because they can't argue them. Like I said, people are starting to wise up to these games that are being played with our lives. This isn't just, this isn't something that can be swept under the rug and doesn't matter. Who these people are and what they believe and how they practice their interpretation of law and their political views matters a lot. A lot. It affects us every day. Every single Democratic senator there, every one, rather than speak about Amy Coney Barrett, spoke about Trump. It's a fucking shame. Even bringing up the fact that because there is a current election going on, Trump doesn't have the right to nominate somebody. This has been done 29 times. And this is something that Senator Ted Cruz covered. He said this has happened 29 times. And 19 out of those times, the person that was nominated was elected in. And more than half of those was when the president was a Democrat and the Senate was a Democrat majority. But when it wasn't a Democrat majority and the opposing parties, the president was of an opposing party to the Senate, they didn't elect him in. This happens every time. This is not something new. The only difference is more people now are paying attention. So they're making it seem like this is something new. They're making it seem like Trump is such a bad guy for doing this when all he is doing is following the fucking Constitution. The very law that this country is made and built upon. These people are playing games with you. You are pawns to these people. You are war pawns to these people. That's it. And when you oppose them, that is when they come after you. But when you don't oppose them, when you stand with them, they will use you as a fucking human shield and put you right to the front line so that they don't lose their ground. I just can't believe, man, that this the day one of nominations are going this fucking stupid. I mean, just no class. No class. And these are supposed to be the higher class people of our fucking, of our population in the United States. These are senators. These people run states. These people help to run states, and they act like this. Propping people up behind them with pre-existing conditions, claiming these people are going to die if you elect Coney Barrett in. No, they're not. Trump has said that he supports pre-existing conditions being into the healthcare plan that he's going to put forward. But they ignore that. Why do you think they ignore fact? Because it hurts them? Probably. Probably. I just don't, I just find it hard sometimes to imagine that these people have held their office as long as they do, you know? I mean, they don't work for you and I. They work for themselves. This is about them. They make things about them, not about the people that live in their state. Not about the population they're supposed to represent. They represent themselves. They represent the power that they want to hold. And they have a fucking grasp on that power, and you're not going to claw it from their bare hands. You're not going to do it. But that's where they're wrong. Because we can do that. And we will do that. And Amy Coney Barrett being elected into the United States Supreme Court is step one of doing that. So, I'm going to keep watching. Like I said, I got to go to work at 1, so I probably won't watch the whole thing. I'm going to spend time with my family because that's really what matters the most. But, you know, it's just disgusting how these people act. While they are on their fucking, while they're on their soapbox preaching about how evil Trump is, they're playing war games with people's lives. And it's not right. It's just not right. And they have these people that do support them so fucking brainwashed. So brainwashed. And all that you have to do when talking to these people. I mean, they're in my comments all the time. I argued with this dude earlier. And I enjoy talking politics. This is why I make these videos, is because I enjoy political discourse. I enjoy it. You know, I never did before. But somewhere after 2016, it started to catch my attention and I started to enjoy it. Because these people don't know and don't care for fact. They just don't. They follow opinion. And these people are in my comment section all the time, man. All the fucking time. Where I'll get people that tell me, hey man, you're doing a great job. I really, really like your content. And I think you know, somebody told me last night, I think you got a good head on your shoulders. I appreciate those comments. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really, really appreciate it. And even if you disagree with me, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for talking with me. Because it really, really means a lot to me. If I can help you understand anything, or you can help me understand anything, it is so greatly appreciated. But when you hop in my comment sections and you say you're a fucking idiot, and you're a white nationalist, and you're a racist, and you're this, and you're that, and you're this, and you're that, dude, come at me with some facts. You don't fucking know who I am. I mean, even things that I say in a video, right? Like, I will clear something up in a video. They will hop in the comments and say that I am calling for violence. When in the video I said, violence only creates more violence. Stop being violent with each other. We can have conversations. We don't have to be violent with each other. I say it outright, but yet I'm the one calling for violence. These people have no idea what they're talking about because they don't pay attention. They are so fueled with hate and emotion emotion overtakes anybody when you let it. You can't even blame them. They're fucking human. What do you expect? And what do you expect people to do whenever you see shit like this that's on TV right now, where they got pictures of people behind them that they're claiming that these people are going to die if you elect this person off? No. You're playing on emotions. Stop. Play on even battleground here, man. Fact. Fucking facts. Facts. Bring facts. Bring facts with you. Pack a bag. Put facts in there. Bring it with you. Get all your facts rounded up. Put them in a bag. Put it on your back. Bring it out. Come on. Fucking waiting. But no, people play on emotion. People work through emotion. People work with emotion. People fucking let emotion overtake them until the point that it makes them look stupid. You're not, look, man, you're not going to make me look stupid, okay? You're not. Because if I'm wrong about something, I admit when I'm wrong about it. I've had to do it a couple times since I started making these videos, man. I've had to do it a couple times. And I don't mind doing it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if you try to make me look stupid, and you're the one running on emotions, I'm going to make you look stupid. I'm going to make you look really fucking stupid. So, I don't know. Once again, I kind of got off on a different subject, but, man, it's just, you know, have some class, man. Democrats, have some class. Fuck. You don't gotta be such a fucking idiot, dude. Stop being retards. Have some class. Come with facts, man. Come with some truth. And not your truth. Come with the truth. There is one truth. One. There's one truth. You are entitled to your opinion. That's great. But don't state it as fact. That's all. That's all I ask. We shouldn't let the people that are in the Senate or the House of Representatives or the Supreme Court, any branch of the government, judicial, any of it. We cannot let these people run on emotion. We cannot let these people say that their truth is the fact. Their truth is their truth. That's fine. They have the right to it. But there is only one truth. That's why you see the Democrats changing definitions of words, definitions of phrases. That's why you see people fucking taking hand gestures like this, where, oh my god, he's a white supremacist. No. That means okay. That has meant okay for years. Years. It's meant okay for years. And just because you say that it's a white supremacist symbol, doesn't mean that it's a white supremacist symbol. But people online and people around the world are dumb enough to believe that it is. Because they've been fucking brainwashed. I gotta quit smoking. I really gotta quit smoking. It's a disgusting habit. Sadly, not as gross of a habit as repeating stupid, useless, biased headlines that have no grounding in facts as fact. Anyway, guys. Once again, though, I do want to make it clear that I appreciate everybody that talks with me on these comments. Everybody that's subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing. All I can ask is that you share my videos, is that you tell one of your friends, just one of them, to check me out. And you know, if they enjoy my stuff, please subscribe. Please comment, and please like, just, you know, I want to keep doing this. And as far as I'm concerned, I have gotten a lot of feedback that makes me want to continue doing this. A lot of good conversations have come out of these videos. A lot of civil conversation has come out of these videos. A lot of conversation that was not civil to begin with, that was fueled by insults and hate, turned into a good conversation and agreement. And that's what I want. That's what I'm going for here. It's conversation. And just like with this hearing that's going on, it should be a conversation about the credentials of this person. Not about how much you hate Trump. We get it, you don't like Trump. Shut the fuck up about Trump. Shut up. Nobody cares anymore. Nobody cared to begin with that you didn't like the president. He's still your fucking president. He's still your president, guys. And it didn't have to be Trump. If anybody runs for office and says, I am going to protect your rights, your constitutional rights, your God-given rights are protected under my administration, and you prove that to me, you have my vote. You have my fucking vote. It didn't have to be Trump. It could have been anybody. But just like it could be anybody for me that protects my rights, because that's what I care about. All the Democrats seem to care about now is hating Trump for who he is, rather than appreciating that he kept his word and that he's a good president. They don't care about that, because he's a good president for us, which means he's a bad president for them. And that's what I think the American people are starting to realize. Politics have now become the new sports, which I've been wanting to make a video about that. If you really think about that, guys, tell me in the comments if you'd like to see a video about that, because I really believe that politics have become the new sports. Nobody watches sports anymore. Nobody cares. Even sports have gone political because they realize that. So let me know in the comments what you think about this video. Let me know in the comments if you think Amy Coney Barrett's going to be nominated. And if you caught the hearing, then let me know what you think too about that. Let me know what you think about all these things, because I'm interested in knowing. Or if you just want to tell me I'm a fucking moron, fine, tell me I'm a moron, but tell me why I'm a moron. And I'll tell you why I think you're a moron for telling me I'm a moron, okay? Thank you guys for watching. Really, really appreciate it. I have love for all you guys out there. Hey man, stay safe. And go about your day with some peace in your heart, man. Go about your day with some love in your heart. Help somebody out. Because that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, man. That's what being a human's all about. Loving each other, man. And being a good person. Despite what happens to you, or despite what has happened to you, be a good person. So that's all that counts. Alright? And I will probably see you guys tomorrow, if not later tonight, if anything happens. So, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Please hit the subscribe button. It would mean the world to me if you do. And like, comment, let me know what you think. Alright? You guys have a great night, great day. And I'll catch you next time. Stay safe. And like I always say, man, take responsibility for what you're doing. Good or bad, take responsibility for it. Admit what you're doing. I'll see you next time.